Tried and tested Zoro. We'll see. And the game starts. Paulo goes first, and this is and he has a one drop going with the buggy, and this is what Zoro likes. This is what Zoro lives for. They want those first drops. They want those early drops because those are the characters that will be sticking to the board. They they rarely play anything late game other than those uh, Big Ten Whitebeards, unless this is the brand new deck being shown around on Twitter, which is the mid-range Zoro, which we have seen earlier when played David. Dave played it. Chris going with the pudding, searching a card, getting a cracker, I believe. A second pudding. Wow, that is a very strong start from Chris, making sure that he is carving his hand, he is getting all that he needs. But it's kind of weird, to be honest, why pudding is only checking top four, while the other searchers can check top five. But I guess the ability to search for a Sanji is why it's limited to only top four instead of top five. But that's a story for the game designers. Chris passes his turn as the second player. He can't attack. And Doc Pao is now on the offensive. He can. This is what Zoro likes. This is what Zoro lives. This is Zoro likes a battle. Zoro likes the blood rush, and he is of course gonna attack. But how much dawn is he gonna equip to his leader or to his buggy? And equipping one, which is the standard fare for this deck. And he's equipping to a buggy. So this is the 5k minimum. But what I was talking about, Yamato is only 6k later in the game. So he can just chip damage and another chip damage here. Chris will be forced to take it, or rather, he will be taking it, not forced. And with the Gordon, wow, that. Uh, and here I thought people no longer play Gordon because it's not as good as the format as they say it is. But I believe Tokpao has found a strategy. That's why he's playing the Gordon. And the Rush Katakuri. Being at 4 life, he now has Rush. This is the power of the Rush Katakuri. You just take one damage early and it gets Rush. And that is barely not even a disadvantage, or it's not really a cost or a hard effect to get into. And it, of course, will be attacking. But one, it's attacking the leader with the 6k body. Dokpao is thinking, does he want the damage or does he want to block it? And he takes it because Zoro likes those early hand cards. And attacking again, Chris goes with his leader to the opponent's leader. Oh no, he's taking the buggy, which is actually a good strategy on his part. He doesn't want Zoro to have that many characters on the field because that's what Zoro wants. Zoro wants those small bodies to be able to just attack mindlessly at the leader, but by attacking the buggy, Dokpa will be forced to block it and or will lose it, just like what happened here. Now, Dokpa will only have two characters which are able to attack, which are the leader and the Gordon. But I don't even think Dokpa wants to attack with the Gordon because the minus 2k is too important for the late game when Chris is able to play his late game characters such as Big Mom or Sek Katakuri. So what will Dokpa do here? Chris clearly has shown that he has practiced this matchup, maybe with friends or maybe in online play. Doc Pao surely is taking his time, but this is a very stressful environment. This is the flagship battle. You want the highest chances, get that Zoro AA. And he just use Gordon and targeting the Katakuri. But I think he will be used Ente or he's using Zoro to attack into the Katakuri. Not a bad play. You can just take another turn and then use the teeth. You're not really in a rush to do anything at this point. You're both at 4 life, and I don't think Chris has anything that he can play at 6 Dawn. But that is one more turn for Chris to just sit back and relax. There is not much pressure that Paulo is doing. And the third turn of his. And then Pudding will be on the attack. Chris make using the small puddings, and Paulo will take it. And another attack from a Pudding, which is super weird because this is not what Yellow normally does. But I guess there is really nothing that Chris can play here at 6 Dawn because most of the big ones or the big characters are at 7 or 8. So those are dawns that you can be. It is used for the offensive instead, rather than just sitting back and be useless. Yeah, and here we thought Zoro was the aggro deck, but Chris is showing here that no, my pudding will punch your face, and Doc Pao blocks it with the Marco. I think he values his life more than the unlimited Marco that he will be getting later on. Chris is currently at 4 life, while Doc Pao is at, which is not to, which is not normally we expect in this matchup because Zoro is the one on the offensive. So usually at turn 4, there should uh Yellow should be at least at 1 to 2 life, while Doc Pao should or Zoro should be at 3 life more or less. But we can see here Chris is just sitting back and taking the proper attacks and taking the proper uh targets, making sure that he is not yet in the red. So here, Doc Pao is using, which is a new technique, a new tech that we see in the Japanese builds, in which Zoro, because of Zoro's pump, uh, that gives plus 1k, each can then sack if the creature has, if I mean if the character has more than 4k power, each can crash it and draw 1 card and gain 1k power for an extra draw power in hand. And here we can see Doc Pao is now on the defensive and he's attacking the characters rather than life. And Chris doesn't really care because those are the early puddings that he played. The puddings already done their job and even more because they already took 2 life. Or rather 2 hand cards from Doc Pao's hand and then a buggy for another event. But that event is not really gonna help him at this point. Because what he wants is characters, not events. But I guess with the search for the VR Whitebeard Pirates, he will now be able to search into another character. But what character will he get is the big question. This is the problem with the deck of the mix of the Straw Hats and the Whitebeard, because of so many cards and so many text that is being placed. You will not find the correct pieces, but Doc Pao does find one Whitebeard pirate here, and that is the Marco blocker, and one of the best that he can see in this round, or I mean this turn. And it will I think he has 2 Marco his hand, and at least that is an extra 1k shield. And of course he will play that because that is an extra defensive body. That yeah, the immortal Phoenix Marco will make sure that Doc Pao's life will be saved at least once in the following turns. But Chris, having no other cards on the field, will just be attacking with his leader, and that's a measly 5k power. Of course, Doc Pao will just able to shrug it off and just block. But I don't. But does he want that extra hand card though? Yes. Oh, he's using Dozu. No, uh, what? Here it is, the big ones. The sec category shows its face and putting Teach back to life. So Doc Pao is now sitting back at 3 life, but now lost one of the big, uh, one of the big characters on his board. It will be harder for him to take, to retrieve that or retrieve the board state that he had earlier. But I guess with the Marco and the other Marco in his hand, he will be he will be just sitting back and play defensively. Now another Izu to check for another Whitebeard pirate, and it is I'm it yeah, another event. Dude. That's it. Oh my god, this is what I don't really like about the deck because instead of looking for characters, you'll just be getting events, and this is just an extra dive deck. Yeah, I guess it is better than honest. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's uh, and the Whitebeard Pilot searches another Iso. And if this searches another We Are Whitebeard Pirates, this is the best search. I don't even know how to react, to be honest, at this point. Yeah, I think he already has, I think, gone through at least 20 cards. Yeah, I think one. And there it is. This is what I'm talking about. Yes, Stitch is a Whitebeard Pirate. But since. No, he also has a Marco there. But Mark. No, Gordon is not a Whitebeard Pirate. Yeah, at least in Documenta. Tokpao has used the Gordon to its full advantage earlier by attacking the rush. And then Chris just takes it while attacking, and then another Zoro attack. Does Chris want the hand card, or does he want to protect that life? And of course, just blocking it. You want to go into the red. 2 life is the threshold for the Zoro, especially with 4 characters in the field. I don't think you want to go down to less than 3 life. I mean, because that will be hard for you to block later on. And Marco is attacking here with the 6K power. Doc Pao no longer cares about being defensive because he just Chris just gave him 1 extra life. That's 1 extra life that Paulo can take and go into the team. Here we go. Yeah, this is super tough. With 5 characters on Doc Pao's side, while only 1 sec Katakuri on Chris's side. I don't think there is much he can play that can reverse the situation. I don't think he runs the the 10 big mom. Yes, there's the I forgot the name, but there is one card that can KO for the cost of 1 life. Yeah, I don't think Chris wants to use that because of course you're already down at 2 life. I don't think you want to waste your life at this point.
If you would like to support this channel, check out our website at topdeckph.com.
hopefully Brule is in the life, and putting Dawn on the Yamato will make sure that it will Yamato will be 6k during the opponent's turn. So that is an extra defensive layer that Chris has on his leader. I know it's only one Dawn, but just making sure that it hits 7, which is a magic number, against that Marco, and not even protecting it. Oh, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think Doc Pao can even protect it because yeah, he doesn't. Could have. But I mean, the Marco is only active at 2 or less life. Yeah, and here is a cracker. It's not a bad play. It's just an extra character on the board. Yeah, pretty much. But will Chris just play more characters? Yeah, Sanji is a 2k blocker, but what will he play here? Oh, he's gonna play the Sanji. Yeah, he's just. But I guess Chris just thinks that more characters on the board means he can answer Doc Pau's aggression later. But it will be hard for him because yeah, yeah, not even attacking with the Katakuri means Doc Pao has one extra character on the board to be aggressive. Oh yeah, I think you're right. I think Katakuri is a slash character. That's why it won't it will be futile because Buggy can't be KO'd by slash characters. But this is what the Zoro player wants. This is what he wants at the end of the opponent's turn. That his board is filled and he has uh, as many dons as he wants to put into those characters. And here we see one Don already on the leader. I think he will go 3 to 2 Dons on the Buggies and the Izus. And does play the Buggy. And another we are pirates here. But I don't think he will be getting that. I think he will get the Radical Beam. Yes, that's Radical Beam. Quite good. Yeah, I don't think he even wants more characters in hand. That's, he is making sure. Oh, he gets the pirates. What? Wow, I didn't expect that to be honest. This that could be, or or yeah, he could be looking for the big white beard. The, no, the 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 Edward Newgate character. I mean, for the Edward Newgate. Uh, one, yeah, with 8 dons here. I mean, yeah, 8 active dons here, and blocking it with a cracker. Yeah, yeah. Yamato is already 6k because Chris is already at 2 or less life. Yeah, yeah. That's the problem against Whitebeard because the early game is really hard for Zoro to rush, considering that Whitebeard is at 6 life. Ooh, that is a 4k. That's a 2k 4k shield, I believe. No, it's just a 4k shield for 2 Dawn. Or a 1 Dawn. But I guess that's enough to block the attack. Now And here is the Marco showing his face. I guess Doc Pao will be ending his turn now. Yeah, he could have attacked with any of the characters, the small characters, but I think he wants to bluff Chris into thinking he has more than enough events in hand. He has more than enough radical beams or guard points to be able to block all his stuff. As if taunting Chris that you can't win this round. Oh, seeing the flame emperor. I mean, oh no, oh sorry, fire fist, fire fist. Wow, I don't even think. Yeah, Chris has been on the back pedal for all the back foot. I mean, for all the game. Yeah, Chris wasn't able to answer any of those creatures after that. With only Katakuri in the field, there's only two characters. And Zoro sitting at 3 life. Doesn't really care how much you attack. He's not gonna block anything. Yeah, Chris is making sure that you're not overshooting the damage because either way, Doc Pau's not gonna care what you're gonna do to his characters. He has more than enough. But I think he don't. I think that's what Doc Pao is thinking about. I don't. Yeah, he's just giving up the teach because I think he values Marco more. Marco is better to protect overall, to be honest. Because if he does block with Marco, then Katakuri will just attack Marco, and then you don't have any blocker later on. And Chris passing his turn with active dons. Again, uh, this is hard for Chris. There are still four characters on Doc Pau's side, in which means the pressure is on. Doc Pao will be just equipping dons at this point. Doesn't even care to play anything. Chris played a uh, vanilla, yes, a vanilla 5/7. Yeah, vanilla 5 cost 7k attack. You will see a repeat of the last turn. Tokpa will just be equipping dons on his leader and on the Izos and the buggies, make, making sure that they do enough chip damage against Chris. Hmm? There are two Izos on the board and one buggy. Uh, and yeah, I think he has another Izo in his hand. And of course, equipping on the Zoro because that's what Zoro does best. The blood will start spilling on this turn. But if Chris does get that one trigger that gives him one one more life at the cost of yeah, that would be amazing. He would be able to survive at least one more turn. But I don't think one more turn will help Chris against Doc Pau's board state. And Chris hasn't been able to even put a dent against Doc Pau's life for the last few turns. As we can see, the teach is still there, face up smiling on Doc Pau's life. Yes, Katakuri does put it on bottom of life. Uh, no, Katakuri can put it on top or the bottom. Yeah, you choose. No, it's the Katakuri player. Yeah. Oh, and takes it. And then here with the backswing, 8k power against the leader. And that is 6k, which is a magic number. And of does block it with 2, 8. I think that was a 2k block. So he does block it with 9k power, 9k with 9k on his Yamato. And on another teach, so that Chris is really having a hard time. This is just a repeat of the last turn. Doc Pao keeps on playing his teach. Marco is protecting the board, and he is still at 3 life while Chris is now down to 1 with 5 characters on the field. Zoro just pumping all of those characters. Yeah, at this point, I do hope Chris pulls out a miracle here, and Yamato goes for the attack with 9k power. But which one? I don't think so. Let's see. Super intense game. Oh, it's the life. He attacks the life. And Dokpa, of course, expected. He doesn't really care about the life. He's sitting comfortably at 3 life. What's 1 life or 2? Dokpa and Chris attacks again with 9k. Yeah, yeah. Chris, Yamato does have blockers such as Brule. Yeah, or maybe it may there may be a Brule hiding at the life. Let's hope there is. Like I said, I really hope that Chris is able to pull off a miracle here. And Dok Pao finally uses the radical beam. It has been getting yeah. Just to be sure, that radical beam has been gathering cobwebs earlier. Yeah, Dok Pao is just finding a reason to play it. I think Katakuri's. Oh, huh. What is he doing? Uh, let's just make sure. If yeah, let's make sure. It is a strike character, so it's not a slash character, so it can attack. Yeah, it can attack Buggy. Yeah, I hope. But again, this Doc Pao sitting comfortably with 4 characters. The aggression is on. Thus, put. He didn't take his foot away from the gas pedal, and now it's all in. Going for the 7k, and he attacked directly with the teach without even attacking with the Izo, and I think that's all in onto the Zoro. Yeah, what can Chris even do here? I think that's all in. At that point, yeah, I think I think we will see a all done equip on the leader at this point. Yeah, Chris does have 4 active Dawn, so there may be some combat tricks here. He might be hiding some events to just throw off Doc Pao in his game, and attacking here with the Zoro with the 8k and blocks it easily with a 2k counter and a 1k. 3 cards left in hand. What will Doc Pao do? I don't really think he has any issues with surviving the next turn. I think his main issue is if he is able to end it right here and right now. Yeah, it's kind of weird that he went for the sacrifice first, but I think he did the math and then thought, I think I'm not gonna hit the proper magic numbers anyway, so I'll just and another teeth. Wow. I think Doc Paul's gonna end his turn and just thought that yeah, I already took 1 life and that's enough for me. I don't need to win this turn. I can just win next turn. Yeah, Chris is surely getting desperate here. But he does run the Katakuri rush. Yeah, which can push the game in his favor. So we will see. But yeah, but that is asking for a miracle to be honest. Yeah, that's what we want. That's what we hear. We are the home of champions, and champions sometimes do rely on miracles. The copium is real. We want we we believe in Chris. Chris is one of the better players here in top deck, but at this point, it really seems like We are looking for miracles, and he's attacking the teeth. Yeah, I don't really think he's able to. Yeah, I don't. Chris needs to take full advantage of this turn and removes that teach, which will make his life easier the next turn. What does he do next is the most important question. What can he even do at this point? Ah, there it is. Doc Pao just takes it. Doc Pao doesn't care. He has a Marco. He has all the buffer that he needs. Yeah, I think he got another Marco. Attacking again, Marco again, and that's what we're talking about. Doc Pao has all the buffer he needs. He has the guard. He has the buffer. He has the extra life. He has the guard point. He's sitting pretty on his glass chair at this point. He's just shaking his head. He already sees the signs. Doc Pao is just gonna put everything on his leader and attack. I don't think Chris has anything that he can do at this point. Yeah, especially pretty much. I don't really think Chris has enough hand cards to even block 15k. He has 4 cards left in hand. I mean, what can you even do at this point? Actually, but we can say Chris is trying to put up a fight here. Chris has shown that he was putting a fight early on, but Tok Pao just took advantage of that one extra turn. That one turn was all he needed to take control of the game. The moment Chris let go of the steering wheel, Doc Pao has been driving this round since then. Yeah, 3 blocker. Doc Pao is on the driver's seat, not letting up. He wants to make sure that he takes the W, and he's not giving Chris any um any leeways, any chances to even catch up to his advantage. And putting again, but yeah, here we go. Chris is just blocking, but there is really not much he can do. Doc Pao is just making sure that he's hitting the perfect magic numbers. 8K and the handshake.